Total man, a man, a container. A container is a device or a thing for holding a substance within it. All containers are holding devices. Their main purpose and design is to hold a substance. All containers have a hollow cavity or space within them for a place to put the substance. Containers come in a variety of shape as sizes. There are boxes, sacks, glasses, ships, trucks, tanks, etc., in all different shapes and sizes. Each container is designed to hold a certain substance. A can is a container to hold food products. A glass is a container to hold liquids. A sack is a container to hold rice, flour, and dry goods. We believers are a type of container. We were originally designed and created to hold a substance. That substance is God himself. Paul said in 2 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 7, "But we have this treasure in earthen vessels." We are the earthen vessels and Christ is the treasure and substance within us. This is another proof text that shows us that man was created incomplete with an empty void, just as all containers have an empty space or cavity for the substance to be placed within it. Man has always been a container and has always carried a substance within him. The substance in this case is indwelling spirit nature. The apostle Paul shows us the contrast in 2 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 14 to 16. Do not be yoked together with unbelievers. For what do righteousness and wickedness have in common? Or what fellowship can light have with darkness? What harmony is there between Christ and Belial? What does a believer have in common with an unbeliever? What agreement is there between the temple of God and idols? For we are the temple of the living God. The contrast he is bringing is the difference between believers and unbelievers. He says that the main difference between the two is the substance within them. For the believer, he refers to as the temple of God, of righteousness, of light, and of Christ, while the unbeliever, he refers them to as a container of darkness, of unrighteousness, and of Belial. Again, it is clear in these verses that the main difference between believers and unbelievers is by the substance of God living in their vessels. Substance within believers and substance within unbelievers. In believers, we are righteous. The unbelievers, unrighteousness. Believers, the light, and the unbelievers, darkness. Believers, Christ. Unbelievers, Belial. Believers, the temple of God, and unbelievers, the temple of Satan. We all were once containers of unrighteousness, darkness, and of sin, but now we are the containers of righteousness, light, and Christ. For he is the light, life, nature, righteousness, and God within us, the substance over the container. We must also be reminded that the most important part between the container and the substance is the substance within. Just as if we have a bottle or glass of Coke, the Coke is the most important, whether in bottle or glass is secondary. The same with us. All believers have a variety, shapes, and colors of containers. There are fat people, short people, and strong people. There are black people, brown people, and white people. These are only the shapes and colors of the container and does not necessarily reflect on the substance at all. We should never look at nor judge a brother or anyone for that fact according to the shape, color, or ability of the container. That is why Paul exhorted the Corinthian church to no longer know or look at one another after the flesh. Rather, we need to see one another even as God sees us according to the treasure within the container. I see Jesus in you. To God be the glory. God bless you.